Well, hello everyone! Today we are looking at a strange material called sand. Humans love playing in sand, but they would think twice if they knew what it actually is. Sand isn't just ground up rock. That would be too normal for Earth. The truth about sand is so bizarre, it will change how you see beaches forever. That perfect white sand at tropical beaches, I hate to break it to you, it's fish poop. Yes, you heard that right, fish poop, specifically from parrotfish. These colorful reef fish spend their days eating coral. With their strong beaks, they chip away at coral to eat the tiny animals living inside. But they can't digest the hard coral skeleton, which is made of calcium carbonate. So what happens to all that undigested coral? It comes out of the only end as white as sand. A single large parrotfish makes about 700 pounds of sand every year. That's about 2 pounds of sand daily. When you are relaxing on those picture-perfect beaches in Hawaii, the Caribbean or the Maldives, you're laying on fish poop that's built up over thousands of years. Without parrotfish, many tropical islands would actually disappear. Their constant sand making is what builds and maintains many beaches. When humans catch too many parrotfish, beaches start to shrink. This isn't just a small contribution either. Studies show that in places like Hawaii and the Maldives, over 70% of beach sand comes directly from parrotfish. Their unique digestive system grinds coral into perfect sand-sized particles that are just right for the beach formation. The parrotfish itself is a marvel of evolution. Its teeth actually fuse together to form a strong beak-like structure that can bite through solid coral with ease. During its lifetime, a single parrotfish might process over 5 tons of coral reef into beautiful white sand. Next time you see kids making sandcastles on a tropical beach, they are playing with processed coral that came out of fish's behind. Nature is weird but brilliant. Not all sand comes from fish. Let's look at Earth's huge desert, like the Sahara, which covers an area larger than United States. Those endless sand dunes, they were once at the bottom of an actual ocean. About 100 million years ago, the Sahara was underwater, filled with sea creatures. It sounds crazy, but the proof is in the sand itself. Look at Sahara sand under a microscope and you will find tiny fossilized sea creatures. The sand grains are perfectly rounded, something that only happens after long periods underwater. The best evidence? Scientists have found whale fossils, giant sea turtle remains and massive ancient crocodiles in the middle of the desert. These weren't animals that got lost. They lived there when it was an ocean. How does an ocean turn into a desert? As Earth's continents shifted, an ancient seabed slowly rose up and dried out. The hot sun and wind turned the old ocean floor into a desert. This transformation wasn't quick. It took millions of years as the African continental plate slowly tilted and rose. During this time, the region passed through many stages, from deep ocean to shallow sea to wetlands to savanna and finally to the bone-dry desert we see today. Every grain of Sahara sand has an incredible journey. Born in ancient mountains, washed into prehistoric seas, resting on ocean floors for millions of years, then lifted up and baked by the sun for millions more. Even more mind-blowing, this has happened 7 times in Earth's history. The Sahara has switched between desert, grassy plains, and ocean over and over again. We are just seeing one chapter in its long story. And it's still changing today. Satellite images show that Sahara is currently expanding southward at a rate of 30 miles per year. Eventually, in millions of years, shifting continents might push it underwater again. When tourists walk across Sahara sand dunes today, they are literally walking on what used to be the ocean floor. Each handful of desert sand holds millions of years of Earth's history. Now for the strangest sand of all. Some sand isn't just made from living things, it is living things. On certain beaches, especially in Okinawa, Japan, you will find star-shaped sand. These tiny stars aren't shaped by waves, they are the skeletons of microscopic creatures called foraminifera. These tiny single-celled organisms build star-shaped shells to protect themselves. When they die, their shells wash up on beaches, creating star sand unlike anything else on Earth. In Japan, the island of Hatoma is famous for its star sand beach, covered in millions of these tiny star skeletons. People collect and sell this star sand as a good luck charms, but it gets better. The diversity of these living sands is astounding. Under microscope, beach sand looks like a collection of jewels, each with unique shape and history. Some grains are perfect spirals from snail shells, others are flat discs from clamshells. Some are needle-like fragments from sea urchins. Some beaches are even more extreme. Bermuda's famous pink sand beaches, that color comes from crushed red shells of a tiny organism called Hemotrimma rubrum, mixing with white sand. Hawaii's rare green sands gets its color from olivine crystals from volcanoes. Some islands, like the Maldives, are made entirely from biological sand. These aren't just islands with sandy beaches, the whole islands are sand, made from tiny marine creatures. Entire islands built from skeletons of countless microscopic sea creatures. The most famous example might be the Great Barrier Reef, where entire reef systems and islands are built primarily from the remains of corals and other marine organisms. Some of these sand grains might be thousands of years old, while others formed just a month ago, and humans build huge resorts on these islands without realizing they are vacationing on a giant pile of tiny animal remains and fish waste. When people spread their towels on these beaches and take selfies, they're posing with millions of tiny skeletons between their toes. The next time you see a child building a sandcastle, they are actually making art from one of Earth's strangest materials, something with origins so weird that most humans never learn what's really squishing beneath their toes at the beach. So now you know the truth about sand, its fish poop, ancient seabeds, and the remains of countless tiny creatures. Earth's beaches aren't just pretty places to relax, they are natural museums displaying millions of years of bizarre history. Next time you feel sand between your toes, remember you are touching one of Earth's strangest materials.